Can I ask a question?
Sure.
What are you cooking?
Hamburgers, cheeseburgers, well, actually, spicy cilantro jalapeno burgers.
Yummy. Okay, I have another question.
Okay.
How do we forgive someone who deeply hurt us spiritually and emotionally?
Okay, so, I mean, first of all, I don't think anybody can hurt you. Let me put this way. Getting hurt spiritually is probably through somebody that you trusted implicitly with your spiritual guidance, like a guru or a priest, and like I think so often when we think about forgiveness, we think about the other person, the person who hurt us. But in reality, forgiveness is for ourselves. Forgiveness is what allows us to move on. And it really comes from thinking about how the body, the spirit, and the mind work together. So when we have trauma, it definitely can resonate in our body. Like that's true. But the memory of the trauma is held in our mind. Our mind focuses on the past. Our spirit doesn't care about the past. It only works and thinks about the future. Versus our body is in the here and now. So our body can heal and move on and not really have a memory of something that hurt us in the past. So when someone hurts us from a spiritual place, takes advantage of us, leads us astray, is not sincere in what they're doing for us, it's more for them, that pain is held on to by our minds. And I'm not going to sugarcoat that, like, you can just forgive somebody and just let it go. Like, if you haven't experienced trauma, you have no business giving anybody that's experienced trauma advice. But what I can say is forgiveness is for the person that's been harmed. And that forgiveness is what frees you to not repeat that same pain in your life over and over again. Because the mind tends to repeat the same patterns, and that's what keeps us from being not able to move forward in our life. And so that forgiveness, and how do we do that? That starts with forgiving ourselves, because we may feel that we had something to do with getting into this situation. Doesn't mean that's true, but we first have to forgive ourselves.
How do you do that?
Well, it starts by just saying it out loud. Like, it's really difficult to do, to truly forgive yourself. So much so that it's hard to even say the words. So the first thing is just to get comfortable letting those words come out of your mouth. I forgive myself. It's not my fault. It wasn't me who did this. Like, saying those words out loud instead of just keeping them in the thought track of our mind is like the first path to be able to actually truly forgive. Because when you forgive somebody, it's not for them, it's for you. It's for you to move on. So when you forgive yourself, it's also for you to be able to move forward, to move into the future without that baggage from the past. So it's really about saying, I can forgive you, I can forgive myself, because that is no longer who I am, and I'm not carrying that with me anymore. Like, I'm leaving that in the past, and if you want to relive that memory over and over again, you go ahead, but I'm moving forward. I'm not allowing the trauma of that past to define who I am in the future. It's a watershed moment where we can move forward, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to remember the trauma. It isn't like forgiving removes the trauma, it removes the memory. You can't erase what has happened to you, and you can't help the fact that your mind and your brain is just going to keep reliving that over and over again. But what you can do is say, I'm moving forward and I forgive myself. I forgive the perpetrator who hurt me spiritually. And I'm not going to keep that baggage with me. I'm not going to keep that story alive in my life. I'm going to move forward. Does that make sense? Does that help? Or does that just sound like I'm sugarcoating it?
No,
Okay,
makes sense.
there you go. I'm Darby. We'll talk soon.